Justin Amash is a really strong libertarian from Michigan. He's a Republican. I often disagree with him. In fact, I think sometimes he's ridiculous. He was part of the people that wanted the government shut down over lifting the debt ceiling. Debt ceiling's been lifted a million times. It's not when you actually spend the money, it's when you pay for the money you've already authorized the spending of. Okay, so he does not understand that concept. It drives me crazy. And shutting down the government was, in my opinion, radical. But he is a principled libertarian. Now, so as much as I disagree with him on those things, I believe that he is actually a libertarian and does care about his principles. In fact, he was one of the great fighters in protecting our civil liberties on NSA violations and spying in on American citizens. So there are some things he's done that I agree with, some that I don't agree with. But he's a rare politician, which I respect a little bit, even though I think on some issues he's crazy. Okay. Now, what was going to happen to him? Well, of course, he was going to get a primary, right? Part of the problem with Justin Amash is that being a real libertarian, he doesn't want us to waste more and more money on war. He doesn't want us to go in, he doesn't want big government to go into other people's countries and tell them how to live and to bring them freedom at the end of a bomb. And so the defense contractors are not happy with him. And there's a lot of corporations that are not happy with Justin Amash because he's not part of the establishment. Well, then he's got to go. So he had a well-financed opponent, and well, they had a primary just yesterday, and his opponent, Brian Ellis, lost significantly by 14 points. And apparently Brian Ellis called him and conceded. Okay, well, this is where the story would normally end. And Justin Amash would go out there and do a fake political speech about how it was a good race and everybody ran hard. And, you know, he's glad he came out victorious and could represent the good people of his district in Michigan. That's not what Justin Amash did. Instead, he was mad. Amash, smash. This is what he did. He said, I ran for office to stop people like you. Not very conciliatory, referring to his opponent. He said, you owe my family and this community an apology for your disgusting, despicable smear campaign. You had the audacity to try and call me today after running a campaign that was called the nastiest in the country. I also like what he said about Pete Hoekstra, who's a fairly well-known congressman from Michigan. And of course, he came on the side against Amash and was supporting his opponent. He said, well, quote, I'm glad we could hand you one more loss before you fade into total obscurity and irrelevance. Because Hoekstra is now retired. So, damn. Now, why was he so mad? Because his opponent had said that he was, quote, Al-Qaeda's best friend in Congress. Now, he even ran ads where he put it in the ad saying that Amash is Al-Qaeda's best friend in Congress. Why? Because Justin Amash is Arab American. Now, is he in any way soft on Al-Qaeda? Of course not, of course not. By the way, is he Muslim? You see, Al-Qaeda is Muslim, right? They're Muslim fundamentalists and radicals, okay? But Justin Amash isn't even Muslim. He's Christian. He's Christian that happens to be from the Middle East. Arab with Al-Qaeda. And so you can see why he was a little aggrieved at what his opponent and Pete Hoekstra had done. And so he comes in and he says, they thought they were going to run this smear campaign and be successful. We're taking our country back from those who have contempt for the American people. So not on his watch and not during his victory speech. Amash, smash. As much as I disagree with him on some issues, I kind of like his attitude.